If you are done playing, can we please start the show? Well, at least let me shout out
Shooter on the beat.
Let's talk about it.
Doing, making the whole scene the same. Big dog, about to bring the motherfucking pain. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
Yeah. I'm back. Oh, we here for
Turn up.
What you saying?
Turn up.
you made this.
Man, you ain't never vibe, man. This is what Nick, man. You did. And I'm already here for another special one, man. Hey, listen. Last episode, understand me, I was indecisive. I didn't know if I wanted to go part 2 on the toxic parent topic, or I wanted to jump ship and go another direction. But upon further deliberation, I have came up with an even more spin-off topic from that topic. Can parents make kids toxic? Oh dear. Hey, listen. Can a parent make their kid or kids toxic? Now that thing a little crazy to me. Just saying it. You feel me?
Like, watch that!
I was eating some of my pop's meatloaf. Pause. And that thing just turned to me. I was like, damn. I'm talking about toxic parents. What about these kids? This younger generation is rough, bruh. They're pretty hellacious, some would say. So can a parent make their child toxic? Now,
Really, nigga?
I don't plan on this one being a field trip. In other words, an all-day event. But I do plan on making you think on this one. Now, I'm going to dive into it. Because I'm just excited to get that thing off me. Do you hear me? So, how does a parent make a kid toxic? Now listen, this is going to be us together navigating through that thing. This is a narrow road. This ain't necessarily a two-streeter. This is a one-way. You know what I mean? We go straight at that thing. So, when I think of how do you make a child toxic? Well, you already know most people are going to be like, oh, you talking about when you spoil a child and you just catering to the child. No. That's not. Listen, when I think of somebody saying you pretty much making a child toxic, this is what I think. When a child isn't allowed at times to have certain things, be in certain environments, be a part of certain activities or events, you know what I'm talking about? I feel that puts certain children, especially poverty kids, in certain mindsets where they feel they have to grow up faster. Now that's not making them tired.
What's your man?
Let me get there. Get off my bike. Now, it puts them in certain mindsets, and I feel, and it makes them feel like they have to mentally mature faster than their age. Now, that doesn't qualify as toxic, but this is when it becomes toxic.
Boy, if you don't talk that talk.
When you start putting yourself in mentalities that's not necessarily yours to take on, far as pressure. When a child starts allowing itself to feel ounces of adult pressure in certain forms, that's when it gets a little crazy, because it warps their mindset far as interaction, the way they see the world, how they perceive failure and success. You know what I mean? How they interact directly in like their personal life, if they have a significant other, male, female, whatever. I feel like it starts making them feel like they're above certain things too early in life. Now, how is that toxic? Okay. It becomes toxic as you become a teenager, I feel. That's just me. You know what I mean? I know we all have seen that one, those couple people in life who are just mad fucking mature. Like, motherfucker, you 14, but your mind at least 30. It's a whole other person inside of you. You hear me? Your credit got to be a 730. And you ain't even started. Huh? That's what I'm saying. Now, when a kid's not being treated as a kid, they slowly start thinking they're adults, which leads them to talk to you, parents, as if they're your fucking peer. Now, this is when it gets to the toxic level of what I think. When you as a parent not checking them. See, one thing I allow my kids to do is express themselves. I let them vent. I let them speak age appropriately.
Oh shit!
For instance, my daughter, she's officially a full teen now, going into a young adulthood or whatever. Yeah, alright. But when she does have to vent or get certain things off, she know. Now, mind you, my kid working right now, you know what I'm talking about? She's doing all the young adult taxes and all that. You know what I mean? She was out here living in the world where she thought an item was its price. You better put that extra 0.7 on that thing. I think that's North Carolina's tax. Here nor there.
You stupid.
She had to learn that the things that she thought she was ready for in life, because she thought she was conducting herself more maturely, that she wasn't as mature as she thought. And when it came to voicing herself, she knew she could always do that. But she's still a child in my home. You're not going to be just venting and MF this, B that, S this, ass that, damn this, hell that. Hey, listen. First of all, I'm going past the teeth. I'm pulling them gums out.
Jesus Christ.
Them ain't your gums, them my gums. I'm going to hold on to them till you appreciate what's going on with your mouth. You hear me?
When I say
She know
whoa,
about it. Big dog ain't playing
I
that.
mean whoa.
But one thing she did have to learn, and she's navigating to a certain ages, it's not worth rushing into an age where you begin to get real world pressure. And that's where the toxicness starts to become in. Because you think you're ready for something that you're not.
Excuse me.
Children. So, once you get it, you view the world differently. Because it's not going to be something you're fully prepped for. Everything your parents is telling you is true when it comes to how the world ain't the best place, and it ain't the worst place. But in it, you have to find your place. Do you understand me? So that comes with playing your role. If you're a child, be a child. Don't think it's cool to get around talking to grown folk any type of way, treating them any type of way, being a butt to your peers because things in your personal life may not be the best because you chose to grow up or try to grow up faster than it was necessary. Now, I will say this, parents, it comes a time where when you see your kids talking a certain way, dressing a certain way, feeling like they're entitled to do those things, that is on you. It's on you to rectify that. Nobody can do certain things but you. Because you're that child's parent. You're responsible. You're responsible. So, when a child starts to voice themselves and act out and dress a certain way and all that, and you allow it because you feel like you don't want to argue with a child, well, guess what? Now you're truly making that child toxic. Because they feel like I can do whatever the fuck I want. You feel me? I ain't worried about mom, pops. In who house? In who house? Huh? Hey, listen. If you love your kids, I mean genuinely love your kids, you gonna have to start voicing when things ain't right on spot. Fact. Hey, listen, that's a little out your age bracket. I know you think you ready or you mature enough, but it ain't about you. See, this is the thing about kids. Kids can be stupid. You hear me? I said it. Oh, yeah. Kids can be stupid. And I say stupid in the sense of decision making and the things that they think are logical versus to an adult's logic.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. I don't feel no shame about that thing either.
I don't give a
That
fuck.
take off of me. I had to say it. I'm gonna tell it like it T.I. is. Do you hear me? Kids cannot be the drama of the ship. What life experience does a child have? Now this is now. Time out. As I say that, I have to sit here and be realistic about real shit. Some of y'all had kids and didn't know how to raise them.
Oh shit!
Okay?
Oh, shit.
Because you were still young, you would still want to do the things you wanted to do, and still do. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Here nor there. I ain't applying no pressure on you. I'm just letting you know, get your shit together. But it comes a time and a place where you have to understand, hey, listen, if I want the best for my child, I have to tighten up on them. Hey, listen, these kids getting swiped. People taking these kids. And believe it or not, black folk, they taking a lot more black kids than we think they are. Yeah.
Just got real.
They're not just taking little Timmy or little Bob anymore. Yeah. They're taking Keisha's and Tyreek's now. So this is what y'all need to understand. You allowing these kids to look a little older than they are when they are young, especially when they're younger than 16. Especially when they're younger than 16. Is only putting a target on your kid's back and you allowing it. Right now, true story. Dive into my life. Huh? You feel me? Catwalk into that son bitch. Right now, my daughter's like I said, she's 16 now. Like she's a official adult. Whatever. But this year, she's just not starting to do a lot of things because of what comes with that age.
That's
You
what
feel
I'm
me?
talking about.
Certain clothes I wouldn't let her wear, I'm slowly winging off, letting her wear certain things, but it's appropriate. Hello, somebody. You just want me walking around with your little business out there in the street. In who house? I said in who house? Here nor there. Something as simple as her hair. I'm huge on that. Because as a man, I know what catches my eye before I see certain things. Now, like I said, a lot of these kids not like they were when we were growing up. They not. Boy and girl, these kids develop a whole hell of a difference. Boy, I see the 13-year-old, some bitch mustache thicker than mine. Do you hear me? That's some bitch that just walk around with the old Claude Banks. But that's just me telling you what I saw. You feel me? Don't let that thing worry you. You just beware. These kids develop differently these days. So again, like I was saying, back to my daughter. Can't walk back in that thing. So, something as simple as her hair, right? As a father who is like, see, I can still relate to my daughter's generation. See, that's the scary part. I can relate to my daughter's generation. I had her young, so I'm like the cool hip dad / disciplinarian parent. Like I'm that pops. Like I get on your ass. Yeah. Cold train. You hear me? Choo, choo. I'm on your ass. Big smoke. Here nor there. Because I love my kids. So I'm going to always be that parent. I don't give them how old they get. But let me stop stalling on that thing. Something as simple as hair. Okay. For the first time in her entire existence, I finally let her get highlights. You feel me? Now some of y'all like, hey, it's just highlights. Why is that such a big deal? See, that's where you fucking up already. See, when a child is too young to understand how a pervert may view them,
Okay. All right.
it's your job as a parent to keep them protected and keep them looking like a child. So if anything was to happen, it ain't no excuse. I'm on your headpiece. I'm on your headpiece. You knew this was a youngin'. You get what I'm saying? If this child out here hyping themselves up at anywhere between 10 and 15, making themselves look like they over 18, that's a problem. It's a big problem, especially if you're a parent and you're allowing that shit consistently. Hey, listen, you better understand. It's men pervert in this world, and it's women perverts in this world. See, that's what people don't like to accept in society. It's always a double standard. Oh, it's just, you know what I mean? Men are so, no, it's women out here now that is just as perverted. And why do you think these teachers keep getting caught up? I'll wait. That's here nor there. These kids develop differently. Guard your babies. But like I was saying, for the last time, man, I can't get to that thing. Something as simple as her hair. I know my daughter doesn't have the same body that she did when she was a 12 or 14. You get what I'm saying? So, additionalizing something that draws attention to her, in a sense, something as simple as hair, that's huge. Now, mind you, at first, you know, me being so, you know what I mean? Because I was one of those parents, I didn't want my daughter to have and do anything that was going to make her look anything over a month over her age. I was just one of those parents. Because I knew how far it would take it if something was ever to happen, because I would hold myself accountable. You get what I'm saying? You get what you allow yourself to put out in this world. And if your kid walking around looking like something more than what they are, and an adult approach them, and every kid isn't strong enough to fight it off and be like, look, ew, you creep, I'm a kid. Some of these kids gonna roll with that shit because they want to be sexually active. They want to be grown already, and it's gonna make them feel like they're more than what they are. Depending on their backgrounds, their personal life, the way the parents parent. Like, it's a lot of variables that come into this shit that warps the child's mind into making them toxic. And again, when I say the term toxic, I'm not meaning it in a horrible way. I'm meaning far as a child who thinks they're ready for something they're not, and they put themselves in situations. This shit is situation based. This whole toxic topic, this shit becomes situation based.
Yep.
Because what we all know, bro, once you feel you grown in your mind and your heart, the decisions that you make, to you, are more important than what anybody else thinks because you think you're ready to deal with the consequences. Correct? Am I lying?
Nope.
I said, am I lying about that thing?
Nope.
Every person I know who started to feel like that and did bump their head or bump their ass or fuck up big time, they all had to go right back to the same parent that they disappointed. Myself included. Sorry, Mom, but I made up for that thing by trying to not be the person who was going to depend on you, and I'm doing pretty great in life. Thanks, babe. Here nor there. Some of y'all got to understand, when you allow these kids to enhance anything past their mindset, that becomes very toxic. Because you keep out. See, like I said, some of y'all still growing up with your kids and still inconsiderate and selfish. So, to the ones that are doing that, you're not helping. You're not helping your kid. See, on the last episode when I was talking about toxic parents and shit, the fucked up part is this. The fun parent is normally the parent who can get the fucking message across to the kid.
Oh, son of a bitch!
When the disciplinarian parent can't. So if you're just sitting out here allowing this kid to do certain things and you're not checking them on it, when it's your time to have with them, if some real shit happens to your kid, and both y'all as parents, or unfortunately if you're just a single mom, a single father and you're doing this, all that reflects on you, not the child. See, that's what y'all don't understand. When a child fucks up, they look at the parent. I know when I fucked up, excuse my language, I'm trying not to cuss so much, Mom, because I know that's what she said.
Are you done?
You feel me? I'm trying not to cuss so much. I'm trying to dumb that thing down, because I'm trying to take heed of what you're saying. But that's between me and my mama. Throw that thing out. But I know when I was young and I felt like I disappointed my mom, I felt so bad because I didn't want nobody to think my mom wasn't a phenomenal mom. What I did, thinking I was grown, had nothing to do with my mom. Had nothing to do with my pops.
Nope.
It had nothing to do with my pops. Even at the time, you know, he was technically the toxic parent. He was G with me about the scenario. My pops knew certain things my mom didn't know, but he was parenting me through that situation. Like my pops didn't just let me do what I wanted to do. He allowed me to have access to certain situations, but it wasn't his fault on the outcome, nor was it my mom's. I thought I was ready for a situation that was bigger than anything I could even imagine. So imagine how that goes for a child who continuously does those things and has a great mom or dad or both. You get what I'm saying? See, some of these kids just be misguided. It don't be what you do in your household, it's who they deal with outside of you.
Fact.
And that alone can warp a child's mind and make them toxic. If you've had a child that's been sheltered all your life and you know your child been sheltered and out the blue your child's so tough, you think that reflects you? If you as a parent went out here and bust your ass all this time, gave this child everything you could to make sure that they had, didn't want for, didn't have to sit here and feel like they was going without. You think if this child becomes a whole nother child and you understand they're hanging with a certain peer group, that reflects you? No, that's just a child who has to go through that transition. And what it makes them, it makes them. Some of y'all can't beat yourselves up because of what your child became. That was your, and some of y'all who know you became that toxic child need to tell your parents.
What is that?
It wasn't your fault. You did everything right by me. If it's real. If it's real. Some of y'all need to tell y'all parents, hey, listen, what I became had nothing to do with how you raised me. Decisions that I made had nothing to do with how you taught me to think. The things that I started accepting in my personal life had nothing to do with the things that you subjected me to. Because you didn't bring me around that. I invited myself into that outside of what you taught me. See, some of y'all who are toxic children. See, toxic children means, nigga, if you got parents, I don't care how old you are, you're their child. Some of y'all got a little thrown off as I was talking about the little teenager thing. Nah, not at all. If you're a toxic child, you're somebody's child currently, regardless of your age.
Yep.
Currently. I was just giving you young, how that shit transitions into when you're young, what starts that toxic trait inside of you. But in general, if you are indeed somebody who is somebody's toxic child, and you know, see, some of y'all got family in the church. Some of y'all got family who get out here and hustle and grind hard. Some of y'all got family who just, you know what I mean, just cool and don't have no type of malice or chaos. Just good folk. If you chose to be anything opposite of all those things you were subjected to that were all positive, and you became something completely opposite, you made yourself the black sheep in my eyes. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like you chose to do something completely different than everybody else. Which, you chose your own journey. Which is not bad, but just own that shit.
Fact.
Own it. That's all I'm saying. If you know things and certain decisions that you made took you on a rougher road than what your parent or parents tried to align you with, and you know for a fact your decision making was your decision making, it had nothing to do with your upbringing, the way you were taught, the way you were raised, that's on you. You can't go around blaming everybody for some shit you chose to do. If you know you was raised in a household that they struggled a little bit but they got you through, why would you grow up and be an adult and put yourself through that without the assistance of those who got you through the struggle? When you had a chance to find a whole new avenue to get... See, some of y'all go out here in the real world and y'all get tangled up with certain people. And some of these people are cool with living in poverty. And when I say cool with living in poverty, they don't care about anything other than what they can get and living at the minimum wage of life they can, as long as they get what they get out of life.
Oh, son of a bitch!
What makes them happy. You get what I'm saying? Some of y'all have to broaden your horizon of people. Everybody isn't gonna accept the fact that you didn't come from a struggle. Which means you don't need to align yourself with people who came from a struggle. That's not the type of family that is going to ultimately understand and accept you unless it's business.
Yep.
See, some of y'all don't know how to deal with folk. Y'all too busy trying to fit in. Which makes you go down all these crazy routes of life, dealing with certain people, certain things, certain situations, potentially drug use. Like, and when I say drug use, weed and all that, that's just, that's recreational. We're talking about drugs. You know what I mean? Coke, meth, heroin. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. Believe it or not, Molly, yeah. Some of y'all don't understand that y'all struggling on that shit. Yeah, Trinidad James, huh? Pop Molly and I'm sweating. Yeah, well, just know some of y'all been sweating for a long damn time.
Close.
Here nor there. Some of y'all need to just understand, man. when you're given an opportunity to make better decisions as a child. See, that's one thing I told myself. Yeah, I disappointed my mom. I disappointed my dad. I disappointed my family. But I told myself, one thing I'm not going to do is keep making stupid ass decisions and keep disappointing them and keep finding new excuses as if I didn't know any better. It comes a time when you mess up enough, you just like, you know what, okay, I just want to get it together. I just want to get it together. And I know some of y'all go through life feeling like y'all just horrible decision makers. Look, man, it's never too late to restart your mindset. Find some goals, some trigger points of where you want to start, and just play off of that. Some of y'all feel like you have to just start in the median, and if it don't happen, no, bro, you got look. When you reset something, you start over. You start over. Whether it's location, whether it's mindset, whether it's what you view yourself as appearance-wise, just it's a whole abundance. Spiritually, however you want to play it. Facts. You have to do certain things to make sure your mindset. See, some of y'all have siblings, right? Some of y'all have siblings. And some of y'all don't understand. They're so used to seeing you as the toxic sibling that they accept you for that. They love you for who you are because they feel like you ain't going to change. But it hurts them to see that you don't want to change. You don't think that hurts some of y'all parents? When they see you doing the same shit over and over, and they know they've taught you better, and you're X amount of years old? Like, I'm an adult. You get what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody got
some
time
of
for
y'all
that.
feel like it's cool to just feel like, some of y'all feel like y'all parents still supposed to do shit for y'all grown ass that they were doing for y'all when you were a child, but you're not putting in your effort expecting them to do certain shit for you when, in fact, you grown now. See, when you started that transition in your adolescence and that thing warped over to your teens, you made a choice then. You didn't want to be as obedient as your atmosphere demanded you to be. I mean, again, I'm no exemption. I'm no exemption. The moment I had my child, I knew, hey, listen, I can't expect nobody to do nothing for me. I can't expect anybody to do anything for me. You want to know why? Because at this point, anything that happens, it's on me.
Why?
Because now I'm somebody's parent. I have to worry about what this child does. My mama doesn't need to worry about what her child does and worry about if he's doing right by his child. That's not fair to her. She's did her job. Some of y'all feel like it's cool just to keep throwing these kids off on your mom or your dad. When in actuality, they can easily say no and not give a shit. And whatever happens, happens. And see how you gonna react to that and how you gonna be a parent to your kids. And see how your kids gonna turn out. With you being a parent after they've taught you everything you should know. And I do get everybody didn't have both parents that were, at least one of the parents was, you know what I mean, the primary, and they took, like, I understand that. I dig that. Like, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. God bless whoever you are if you had to go through that and you didn't have neither one of your parents. But I will say this. I'm sure you had somebody who was parent-like who was trying to guide you.
Perhaps.
I'm sure you had somebody who was parent-like who was trying to guide you. So, as I exempt you, just know you don't get away too far. I ain't gonna get on your headpiece. I'm gonna stall you out. But just know, I'm sure there was somebody who tried to guide you at some point. And whether you were rebellious or not, that was your decision. But I just want some of y'all to understand, man, like, it's okay to understand that nobody owes you anything, first of all, when your parents have done their job, they're done their job.
Amen to that.
After you became a certain age, your parents' job is just to simply make sure that if you absolutely need them, that they do what they can to help you rectify a situation until you get it right. Or get on your feet, or however that go. But some of y'all do need to honestly sit down and reflect and understand some of y'all decisions and how that affected your parents. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I do everything current day to show my gratitude to my parents. Even though my pops was the toxic one, I want him to be proud of me. I want my mom to be proud of me. I want my family to be proud of me. I go out here and I do what I feel is the best version of right for my situation, for my life, for my family. You know what I mean? Who wants to be the fuck up all their life? Who wants to be the person that everybody feels just ain't gonna ever get it right?
Huh.
You get what I'm saying? And it could be a pack of y'all in sibling form that's toxic.
Turn it up.
That's just it. It might not just be one of y'all. It could be the whole pack. The whole litter could be spoiled. But it ain't too late to change. It ain't too late to get that thing right. Your parent might not have been the best parent to you, but if they went out their way and sacrificed and did what they could with what they had, hey, listen, in your adult life, you show that parent some love and respect. You show that. I don't care what they used to be in the streets or whatever they used to do out here in the world or what they was labeled at. That's your parent. That's your mom. That's your dad. You understand me? At the end of the day, man, I just feel like some of y'all know what you need to do, but you're too scared to make the adjustments because you became content with who you became. You've allowed the world to accept you and a lower version of yourself because it's convenient for you. And that's not cool. That's not a mindset you should feel like you should keep, you hear me? If you can make the adjustments, make them. Make them. Make yourself proud. You know what I mean? If you are somebody's child and it just happens to have children, be the best version of you so you can make sure your kids got somebody who they can at some point have admiration for. A little idolization. Somebody who they can understand and trust when it comes to having their back. Don't be content with being the person who think they know it all because they chose to grow up and have this mindset and got stuck. Never be too stubborn to think that you know it all. Feel like I always know you can keep learning, you can keep growing, you can always progress. If you're doing good right now, you can do great. If you're doing great, you can do phenomenal. If you can do phenomenal, excel through the roof. You hear me? Excel through the roof. You got to understand, man, life is about steps and stages, and some of y'all stuck on the same pages. And it's not cool. I hate to see it, you hear me? And I don't care who tells you you're this and that. You know what you are at night. Get it together. Your parents deserve to see you at a better version of yourself before they leave this earth. And if you're not trying to be that, if you don't want to be that, if you have no desire to be that, that's one thing. But just know you shitting them because they gave you everything they had at some point to make sure you were better than them. So how's that fair? How's that fair? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and close that thing out, man. I'm talking about I just really wanted to touch on that thing. And listen, this is the crazy part. I'm not saying I'm done with the John episode 1. I mean the part 1 of this. You know what I'm talking about? Like this is a spinoff. Like this is his own episode. Let's just keep this like this is its own episode. I'm not gonna make this part of a trilogy or anything. This is his own episode, by the way. Like toxic parent, can you make your kids toxic? You feel me? Or can kids be toxic? However, I choose to address that thing in the title. But I hope some of y'all got something out of this. You hear me? I hope some of y'all understood that this was not an attack on anybody, or you know what I mean, the things that they've been doing in life. But I feel like I thrive at seeing other people thrive. You get what I'm saying? When I see other people thriving, that motivates me to continue pushing. Especially when that person, that diamond in the rough, finally make it out the mud. The one that nobody thought would ever be or do, he or she. The world is waiting on you to shine, sir or ma'am. Don't miss out. That's all I'm saying. Don't miss out. The world is waiting on you to shine. A lot of people gonna keep throwing more dirt on you. If they feel like the lower they can put you and block you from any type of sunlight, they gonna do that. It's up to you to understand and identify what you are and what you could be and what you need to be for you and yours. But I thought I ended that thing positive, man. I was kind of ruthless on some of the parts, but you know, I tried to end that thing on a positive note, and I think that thing was pretty. That thing was pretty, man. But listen, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, man. It's your boy Mick, man. With the big you feel? I'm on your handpiece. I'm on your handpiece. Nah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. And like I said, man, I hope these words didn't fall on deaf ears tonight, man, or day, whatever time frame you on right now watching this. I just hope that, you know what I mean, some of y'all truly get it together and y'all understand that y'all can be way greater than your situation. I really do. You hear me? So, with no further ado, I leave you with them 2 lines. Let's talk about it and be mature. Y'all stay blessed up, man. It's your boy Mick, man.